So forget about just another list of AI tools. Today, we're actually going on a journey. This is a step-by-step guide to take a business from a simple idea all the way to launch, and we're going to do it using only 9 super powerful AI tools. Listen, this quote right here really sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. This isn't about hype. It's about a fundamental shift in how work gets done. If you've got that entrepreneurial spark, using these tools is no longer just a nice advantage, it's absolutely essential. So here's the game plan. We're going to follow the classic founder's journey, right? And at every single critical step, we'll introduce a specific AI tool that solves a specific problem. And to make it real, we'll build out an actual product concept as we go. Okay, every great business starts with a great idea. But where do you find one? I mean, this is honestly the biggest hurdle. It's where so many people get stuck. So let's see how we can use AI to find a problem that people are genuinely desperate to have solved. Now, I'm sure you've used ChatGPT, but here's the thing you have to realize. The world of AI chatbots is way bigger than that. Each one has its own little specialty, its own superpower, and picking the right one for the job can make all the difference. So let's just quickly break down the options. You've got Gemini, which is fantastic if you're analyzing videos and photos. If you're writing code or you need really deep analysis, Claude is probably your best bet right now. For a lightning-fast response, you go with Llama. Now, for some of those sensitive topics that other AIs might shy away from, Grok gives you pretty unfiltered answers. And of course, there's good old ChatGPT, the brilliant all-rounder with a super friendly interface. Okay, so here's the secret sauce. Instead of trying to invent a problem out of thin air, let's find one that people are already complaining about. And a brilliant way to do this is to use one of these chatbots to just scan places like Reddit, where people absolutely love to rant about their frustrations. I mean, those complaints are basically gold mines for business ideas. And this is what our AI found. After scanning tons of posts from entrepreneurs, the single biggest fear, the most common pitfall, is spending months, maybe even years of your life building a product that absolutely nobody wants. And just like that, boom, we have the problem our new business is going to solve. Okay, so we've got our idea, an app that validates business concepts. But what if you can't code? In the past, this is probably where the dream would have died. But today? Well, today it's just the next step in the process. And this is where our second tool, a company called Level, enters the picture. The best way to think of it is as an AI software developer that you can just talk to. Seriously, you don't write a single line of code. You just describe the app you want to build in plain English. The process is actually surprisingly simple. First, you just describe your idea. For us, it's something like, hey, build me a tool where I can enter a business idea and get a grade from A to F on how viable it is. Then, the AI generates the first version. And from there, it's just a conversation. You tell it what to fix, what features to add, and you just go back and forth until it's perfect. And to make that whole process even faster, we bring in tool number 3, Whisper. Now get this. The difference is just staggering. We can speak about 5 times faster than we type. Whisper lets you literally speak your prompts to tools like Level, which just dramatically speeds up the whole development cycle. It even cleans up your speech, getting rid of all the ums and ahs for you. All right, so we've got a working product, but let's be real. In today's crowded market, a great product isn't enough. It needs a brand, something people can actually connect with. So for our app, let's go ahead and give it a name. We'll call it Dream Ideas. For this next part, we're going to turn to Gemini's image generator. Now, the goal here isn't necessarily to create the final perfect logo on day one. It's more about rapidly generating dozens of visual concepts. This gives you a really clear direction before you go and hire a human designer on a site like Fiverr. But I got to give you a dose of reality here. Your first attempts at generating images with AI, they might look like this. And this really just illustrates a crucial point. AI is a tool that you have to guide. It's not a magic button. And really, the secret here is simple. It's all about the prompt. The quality of your input directly, and I mean directly, determines the quality of your output. A vague prompt gets you a vague, terrible result. But if we refine it, say something like, make it look more simplistic, like an Apple logo, the results will instantly get so much closer to what we're picturing. So, product? Check. Brand? Check. Now for the hard part. We need customers. And that means marketing, creating content, and distributing it. And you guessed it, AI can automate and scale all of this in ways that were basically science fiction just a few years ago. Okay, this next one is kind of wild, so stick with me. What if you could create social media videos, ads, tutorials, all without ever having to get on camera. Well, by combining a tool called HeyGen for a visual avatar and 11 Labs to clone your voice, you can create a scarily realistic digital version of yourself that can generate endless content from just a text script. It's pretty amazing. Now let's get a little more advanced, because the real power, the real magic, comes from making all of these different tools talk to each other. There's a concept for this. It's called AI orchestration, and it's basically how you build automated systems that run parts of your business for you. A great tool for this is N8N. And just to give you an example, imagine this workflow. You write a new blog post. The moment you hit publish, N8 can automatically detect it, send the text over to an AI video generator, and then post that finished video to all your social channels. That's an entire content distribution workflow running on complete autopilot. Okay, so our business is launched, it's out there, it's growing. The final piece of this puzzle is, well, it's managing the day-to-day grind, right? The meetings, the documents, all that institutional knowledge. Let's look at a couple of tools that can make this part basically effortless. For all the meetings you're going to be having, there's a tool called Granola. Now look, there are plenty of tools that record and transcribe meetings, but you know how they usually work? Some awkward bot joins your Zoom call. It's weird. Granola's key difference is that it works locally, right on your computer. It's way more private and a whole lot less intrusive for your clients. And finally, as your company grows, information just gets scattered everywhere. The last tool, Notebook LM from Google, helps you solve this by creating a centralized second brain for your entire business. The way it works is super simple but incredibly powerful. You just feed it all of your documents, your business plans, your meeting notes, slide decks, everything. The AI digests and learns it all. And from that point on, you basically have an expert assistant that knows the entire context of your business. You can ask it really complex questions without ever having to explain yourself over and over again. And let's just end on this thought right here. The business we just walked through building was called Dream Ideas, an app designed to help other founders. It's such a powerful reminder that the most valuable, most successful businesses are often the ones that empower other people to succeed. The tools are here, they're ready. So the only question left is, what dream will you help bring to life?